everyone, welcome back to my channel. Lovely to have you guys here. It's Angela again. Very warm welcome if this is your very first visit, and of course hello everyone to all of you that stick by me through thick and thin. Well, today I wanted to share another little make that I'm going to put into this autumn journal. This can go into any journal, of course, but this is the one I'm currently working on. So I'm hoping that you're keen to follow along with me as well. Right, so I'm going to get straight to it, really. I'm using my Autumn Lustre journal kit. And this is the first signature. And in my signature, just before my vellum page, I did put in a mailer, so I'm going to pull that mailer out. This mailer is 9¼ inches across by 6¼ there or thereabouts, which equates to around 23.5 centimeters in width and 16.2 centimeters in well, length and width. All right, so that's what I'm using. Go and grab any one of your mailers. Remember, you can trim it down. It doesn't need to be this exact size. It's going to fit in there. As long as it's smaller than your book page, you're doing all right. I have folded this in half. It does have a window. It doesn't have to have a window. You can make a window. It's up to you. We will be covering this. So go and grab one of these and let's make a quick project to go into our journal. And I'm going to get going with this mailer. Now, I did cut the mailer across the top there as I usually do. And that is just so that I can, you know, I've trimmed it off neatly there. So that's what we're left with now. And now I'm going to start covering up some of this area here. So I'm going to start off by putting some pages on the front here, and going to cover up the part of this journal. Now, because I folded this in half, I don't want to bulk up the fold very much. So when I cover this, I do cut these as separate entities, separate pieces of paper, so that you're not bulking up this centerpiece here. Now, just to reinforce this, what you could do is just take some of your masking tape. You know, I'm a big fan of masking tape. Can't go wrong with it. It's sticky and it's already the color I need it to be, so that all helps. And I'm just going to stick this just this side of the window like that and straight down. And then I'm just going to cut off a little bit there. And that will be it for the masking tape. Just tuck those corners. That's just so that it keeps it nice and strong. I'm just going to do that on one side. And then what I've done is I've used this backing page, the cappuccino color I like to call it. I have measured out the full shape here of the full size of this envelope. I have cut it down the middle just to give me a little gap either side. And I am going to go and stick these down over there. All right, but I wanted to add a little bit of feminine, a bit of a feminine touch to this. So I have got some lace that I'm going to put on here as well. So just before I stick that down, I've got some pieces of this lovely salmon color lace. I got this at Plum Boutique, and it was a perfect color match to what I wanted to use. So I'm going to stick that down just over here, and I'm going to just use, because I'm not stitching, I will be putting down some double-sided tape. If you are going to stitch around your envelope, I would not use double-sided tape. I'd go with some glue that will dry quickly. So the needles don't like, the sewing needles don't like double-sided tape, that is definite. So I'm just going to get this stuck down here on the edges, and I hope that you guys are all doing really well, and that if you've been having really hot weather, that it's cooled down a little bit. I see that some people tell me that various parts are where they've had summer like we have, and that it's getting a little cooler, which is always great because it's far better to craft in the cooler weather, isn't it? So I'm so glad to hear that. And of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, you start to have a little bit of warmth coming your way as spring hits. So that's awesome. Right, now that I've got the weather out the way, we're going to stick down the lace bits. Now I don't want to put too much of this underneath the actual paper, so I'm just doing it up to the first couple of millimeters there, and then another piece on the side as well. So just putting it right close to the edge like that, and any lace will do. Whatever you have is going to work, I'm sure. So I'm going to just cut that off there. These aren't the best scissors for doing this, I might add. I should have got my other pair, which is the other side of the room. So we'll just battle on here with these. Right. Not the greatest cut job. I can always sort that out at the end. Right. Now I'm going to just take my glue, and then I'm going to, what I've done is, what I usually do is, once I've layered up all of the paper here and worked out where I want it, I have just taken my pencil and done my usual trick of looking where the window was and deciding where I wanted this to be. Now if you have a look here, if I move this down, you'll see that the window is a lot further over on that side. I didn't want it to be that wide, so if I measure this up, you can see over here I have actually made the window more on the inside. All right, so you can do that as long as it doesn't go over these lines and have this bit sticking out. It's all right. So you can adjust the window to be however you like, and I've just inked that all up. So this is going to be a nice neutral base for my the front of this window envelope. Right, so I hope you guys are all having fun putting your journals together. I'm sure some of you will be making spring ones, autumn journals, and it's always just lovely just to share our journal making journey with each other. So thank you to all of you that share all of your beautiful makes in the Facebook group as well, and I am thoroughly enjoying seeing everybody's come alive, because it's one thing reading comments on YouTube, and it's quite something else seeing what people are making. It's really lovely. So thank you for to all of you that share that with me. Right, let's just get this down. I want to get it closer to the top here, like that. That looks about right. And then my bone folder, we can just press that all down like that. Okay, so one down, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side here. Get your glue close to the edge if you're not stitching, so that you know it's not going to lift. Right, so we've got this there. Get that down at the bottom like that, and there we go. Right. Oh, and it's back to work now. Well, I went to work last week already for college, and so all the students arrive tomorrow, so it's back to the grindstone for us. Oh my gosh. So yeah, what can we say about that, you know? Right, now I'm going to put a little pocket over here, and you'll see why I'm going to do that in a moment. Now I'm just going to glue this on 3 sides here, so there, like that, and stick that down over here. And that's just going to give me, I wasn't going to do a pocket behind here, but I've fussy cut out a little piece of that remained after we did last week's project. So it was this piece here, which is, we had the pumpkins in the middle, and the other side we used last week. So I fussy cut out the rest of that, and I want to put that across the bottom here, but I thought this was a little flimsy to have as a pocket just on its own. So I decided I would put this in here just to protect this a little bit. This side's not going to be a pocket, so I'm going to stick that down on there. But I've also cut out from the freebie that I gave you guys in the Facebook group, I've just cut out 2 of the leaves. I wanted just to extend this a little bit, so I thought I'd put that over here like that. And yeah, that's right. And then this over here like that. So just extending those up a little bit. And I'm sure I had this further down here. Was that how I did it? Yeah, I think so. All right, so let's get that all stuck down. So first of all, I'll need to stick down these leaves. So I'm going to hold this in place just with my hand, I think. And I had a lovely day yesterday fussy cutting out things, which was so relaxing. I do like to do it. Right, so there we go. We've got that one there. And once we've done that, then we're free to stick the rest down. And then this one. Gosh, it's not long to Christmas now, guys. So I will be putting some ideas together for a Christmas kit as well. So I hope that you're going to get excited about that. Right, so I think that one can go up there. I'm not going to quite stick that one down. I've got some other bits I want to stick behind there. So I think let's do that before the glue dries. What I've got here are just some of my wildflower dies that I've cut out. These 2 are both from the papers in the kit, and this is just from a bit of scrappy cardstock that I had. And I wanted just to have these here. I'm just trying to think how I wanted it exactly. Just to overlap the window just a little bit. Yeah, there or thereabouts. So let's start with this one. Okay, so we'll put that one down first. Just tuck that underneath the leaf. And I'm quite liking it over the window. I do like to have things peeking over. Then we're going to put this one in, and I'm just seeing where I want it before I go and stick it down. So I'll do that one like that. Okay, so let's get that one in there, and we'll just move that slightly over that way. Not quite on the lace. And then the very last one over here. And I do love using all these die cuts with all the different kinds of leaves, you know, just to give it that lovely autumn feel. Right, so I can stick that leaf down now. So that bit's all done. Now we can stick this down completely. Now I just want to find the place that I want to have it actually before I do that. So I think this is the spot. So I'm going to fold that so I know where I am. Right, that's just so that I know where to put what. So I'm going to just glue this all down quickly. So we want to just get that down there a little bit, have that peek over the window, and then just stick that over there without it catching on that bit there. Right, so I'm quite liking that bit. Okay, and then I've just got a little one of my sentiments from my autumn sentiments. My favorite color is autumn, because isn't autumn just filled with the most gorgeous colors? And I know I say this a lot, but this tree I have outside is exactly these kind of colors, and it inspired me. So yeah, I do love the colors of autumn. So we're just going to have a little sentiment over there to remind us. Yeah, and I think I was just going to put on one of my little butterflies as well on that side. So this is just going to finish it off there. Right, so let's do that. We'll just put that. Don't want it to go over the edge, so I think that's about where I want it. Right, so I've got that bit there. I've got this bit here. We've got a pocket there. We're going to have a flap there. I think I'm going to want to put something in this one here. So let me just find a little bit of here we go. So I've just got a little bit of scrap, and I want to just put a bit just behind there, because you know I don't like to have the writing that's gonna, I know you don't see it because I'll have a card in there, but I just don't like it, so I'm gonna just stick this at the back there. I've tried to use up as many scraps with this kit as possible, and you'll see I've got a couple of things I did, well, a few tags and things that I have been doing with it, so it is coming along. Right, so we can just open this up. Oh, that's why, because I've stuck the masking tape on there, so this is going to be precious. Getting that in there now. Let's just be quick about it, Angela, because you know this art glitter glue is not very forgiving. Right, I think I've got it. That was lucky. All right. Okay, now before I just want to cut the masking tape that I've got here. There we go. Should have done that before I stuck the pink thing down, shouldn't I? Right, so we've got that in place, and I think that looks better with the bit there. Let's just stick. Did I get those all stuck down? Yeah, okay. Right, so we've got everything looking really lovely there. So we'll come back to that. Let's start with the back now. On the back here, I have cut out the yellow background pages, and again I've got 2 of those there, and I'm going to stick these on. I don't need to worry about any lace or anything because that's already in place, so we can do that. Now normally I would take my distress ink and run it down the middle here, but because it's going to be in the middle of the signature, you're not going to see it, so I'm not worried about that at all. So, right, so I'm going to just put this at the top there and just get this in place properly. There we go. Use our hand just to do that. And on the side as well, we're going to do another one. All right, so let's just put that at the top there like that, and just make sure that we match it with the ones at the bottom here. Yeah, like that. There we go. As I said, you're not going to see this in the middle. That nearly gave me a paper cut. I just stopped in time. Right, so we've got that there. Right, now very quickly, I'm going to put a little pocket here, but I'm going to put a little belly band on that side. So let's do the pocket ever so quickly. The pocket I'm using is this little piece from my ephemera kit, and I just loved how that all came together with a little flower angel there in the middle with wings on. So cute. So I'm going to just use this to make a little pocket, just to break it up a little bit and not so much the same. So I'm going to just stick that down here like that. And that's easily done, isn't it? So that's that. So while that's drying there, then on this side, what I've done is I've measured the length of this just slightly smaller. I've cut this 4.5 centimeters. I think it's 1 3/4 inches, and then the length of your envelope. And I've just stuck some ribbon down on there, if you can have a look. Again, I get these all from Plum Boutique, and then I've just stitched around it like that. Okay, so that is going to end up going on here. Then I've just taken a little scrap of this paper, though that's one of the little stamps from the add-on kit, and I'm going to just stick this on the middle of that. So let's do that quickly. So easily done. And you can use up, you end up accruing all these little scraps, which I keep in a separate bowl. So when I'm looking for something, that is exactly where I look for it, in the scrap pile first, before I cut any other paper up. Great when you're wanting to make tags or scrappy bits or anything like that. Right, so this is going to end up going over here like that. And again, I'm going to just take my double-sided tape, because I do feel a lot better when I mean, the glue's strong, but this really makes it stay on there properly. So there we go. And on that side as well. And there we go. So I've got that ready. And then we can just take the little backs off here. This is just really a quick and easy project, which I'm sure any of you can do. Not difficult at all. And you know, you could even use fabric as well, if that's what you fancy doing. Right, so let's put this down and press that there and there. We have a little belly band. How quick was that? Right, so I've got that all the right way. For a moment I thought maybe I hadn't. I thought I'd better check. Right, so now let's have a look and see. Now this is one of those examples where I've taken piles of scrappy bits, all sorts, and made a little tag here. Just backed it onto a piece of card. I've got a little bit of washi tape over there and just put a few bits in, and I'm going to put this into this little pocket over here. And then this is one of the bits from the ephemera kit. I've just put an old piece, very old piece of lace up there, again with some scrappy bits, and I have just backed that onto some of my avocado paper. This is a digital one, and that's going to go just behind here in that same pocket as well. All right, so we've got two bits in there. Then on this side, what I did was I've taken one of the small envelopes from the add-on kit, the small ones, and I'm just going to tuck that into that tuck spot over there. So that's all I'm going to put in there. I might come at a later point and put something else in there, but that's what's going to happen so far. Now I think what I want to do is, while I've got this here, and before I bend it over, I want to just make sure that I've got this nice and scored so that it doesn't bend in the wrong place. So I've got that done. I'm going to just encourage it over a little before I bend it. There we go. And then just use my bone folder like that. Okay. So there we go. That's going to stand up really nicely. And then again, what I've done is I've taken one of the tags from the kit. I've put this little leaf on one of the little berries that I cut off one of the pages. Just put in a little scrappy bit there with some ribbon, and I'm going to stick that in to the side over here. And then what there's the other card from the kit, which is lovely colors, which I thought would just make it pop a little bit. So we've got that there. I wanted to just loosen this a bit. The dahlia leaf, it's just stuck there a bit, so let's just move that over. There we go. And then I've just got two cards. Now this was a mini page like that I have cut in half, well, slightly wider on that side, so not quite halfway. I just cut it after this leaf so I could separate the pumpkin bit and the flower bit. All right, I've just added 2 sentiments here, backed it onto card, and then I just did a little bit of layering here with some scrappy bits again, and that I die cut and layered up, just to give it some interest. And I'm going to put this one in here like that. So we've got the pumpkin sticking through there and leaves, and then I'm going to put this one in here like that. All right, so now we've got our envelope all nice and ready. This one must just move over a little bit, I think. like that. So that's all perfectly ready to go. And just going to give it a little burnish on this side, like that. And then that's ready to go back into our signature again. So just taking that bit there when we were over here, and then this is going to go either side of our signature like that, and it just sort of lightens up that side of the journal with those beautiful light colors there. Then you got your lovely vellum piece, and then again on that side with that bit over there like that. Okay everyone, I hope that you've enjoyed that quick little project. I love how it's turned out, and I love the addition of the lace there. I'll go and trim that off a little neater, I think. But you could put this and make this obviously for any theme in your journals, and it's going to look wonderful. So go and have a look for a mailer that you can use, and give this a go. You know, you'll surprise yourself, and I know you can do this. Okay everybody, thank you so much for spending some time with me again today. I hope to see you very soon in our next video. And thank you for all your lovely comments and support. You are all amazing, and really, I live for it every single day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.